All right, just give me a sec as I finish the setup here. Thank you for all your patience. Make sure we are live on the vertical setup. And yes, we are live on the vertical setup, so thanks for making it in, folks. We got the new steering wheel acting as our little microphone here. And time to get the mic in, gloves on, and try to get somewhere closer to these very fast times. And it turns out ChatGPT and Gemini both telling us to run this race at -1, but seems to be very doable at 1. And actually, now that we've got a bit of ability to trail brake, actually seems more advantageous. So welcome to the 2026 Championship Series race, GT3 racing. So that's the GT3 cars here on the Sim Racer Gran Turismo 7. So very important, if you got pedals, make sure you set up your throttle so you can actually put 10 or 20% throttle, because it's not just about full braking or full throttle at all times. Sometimes you need 10 or 20% braking or 10 or 20% throttle down. Yeah, Dark J, awesome getting that pro level lobby going. I'm surprised there's 3 hours of pro racing here, practice, sorry. Yeah, so the amateur racers became pretty much pros, some of them, with having 3 hours to practice. So very cool, but that's going to be challenging. All right, Gaming 21 putting a 156.5. That makes a lot of sense to me. It seems like a good amateur time. Loving the Alcantara steering wheel here, a lot better drive, but we had to turn the torque up. Once we got the bigger steering wheel, we had a F1 steering wheel before. Not that it was bad, but definitely with it being a little smaller, felt the torque more. I just prefer the open wheel, the full wheel, not the open wheel, the full wheel feel. So Chimp is going to show us the track. Oh, okay, there we go. So you can see under braking, the +1 did get the car squirrely there. So this is a bit of a compromised position. Brake balance at +1 on a mid-engine vehicle is a compromised position, because while we can trail brake, we can also lose control under braking. Still have a little pre-coffee race. So we're going to need to run pretty clear here. We're gonna need to run at 0 on the mediums here, and we'll turn it up to +1 when we get the sauce back on for the end of the race. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know in the comments if that's the case or not. Oh, Chowder Pouch flying in front of us. Not sure what happened. Maybe he's got a connection problem. Ooh, someone giving us the nitrous. All right, so safe, smart driving will hopefully make up for this very slow lap time that we've got here. A low 157, with some people running a 151.8 or 9. We're gonna have to really take advantage of the safe, smart driving and try to get positions. However, here we go. We've jumped up a few positions. So there, if we're at my +1, or more. Definitely +2, braking it through that apex and that little elevated section. The back end would have gotten all squirrely on us. And we don't want a squirrely rear end. We want to put the pedal to the metal safely. Let's see, can we hold? Yes, we get a nitrous boost from Forza. Thank you, brother. Try to use the whole track, use the race basics, go from the complete outside to the apex, but we missed there. The apex by a quarter mile, almost half mile. Get back on the throttle nice and early there, but it wasn't enough to beat the superior drivers in front of us, so the gap has not closed down. But we more last minute brakes there than Super Doofus, so that got us a pass just because we did some late but still safe braking. I owe Forza a nitrous boost, but he's not going to get it this time. Forza gave me a little nitrous boost on the last straightaway, but I guess we'll call this the shake and bake. He put his team founder ahead of his own pointage. Oh, okay, pushed it maybe a wee bit too hard. Oh no! I had the lead there, so I'm not gonna... I hope that contact wasn't my fault. I had the lead, I was on the apex first, but I did slide out a little, so I'm not sure what the rules would be on that. And I think that was all 100% my fault because I was all over the apex there, but the cars behind me were quite a bit quicker. It's all about trying to see, I guess, where you are in relation as you go into the apex. You really got to focus in on where people are around you, and I missed checking that out the last 2 turns. So whether I'm responsible for those contacts or not, I definitely didn't race right. To race right, I got to check on the bottom of this excessively big screen for the distance I'm sitting at. All right, so here, car beside me, Cerceric has the apex. It's his apex. He got to it first. So that means I can't just go and move in on him. And if he slides out and hits me, well, I'm kind of in the way. It's his apex, he was there first. At least that's how I see it. Let me know in the comments section how you see race etiquette when it comes to getting to an apex. Who gets there first, how they get there. Good spot for half throttle. Make sure I don't slide out the rear end. Half throttle definitely helping us keep pace or get up a little faster. And we're behind Remy, our main challenger from last year, as we were both, I believe, if I recall correctly, either competing to finish second or competing to finish third. I think it worked out one of us was second and third, but we had to have a tiebreaker race for points at the end of the season. Oof. Now Remy's glitching a little. So I hit the brakes. I wouldn't normally brake there, but with him glitching, I thought we were gonna have a contact. And when you're the car behind, you're 100% responsible for not hitting the car in front of you, no matter what's going on with that car in front. So there we can see if you're too hard on the throttle, you just start to drive kind of straight off track. The car won't follow the line you want it to follow if you're too hard on the throttle. Same thing with the brake. If you're too hard on the brake when going in on the brake, same thing. Car is gonna understeer, meaning you're gonna wanna, let's say, turn left while braking, such as this turn coming up. We wanna turn left while braking. If we're too hard on the brakes, we're gonna go straight into that wall. So partial braking. Yeah, so at 0 here, no favoring the rear wheels. We needed that so that the back end doesn't squirrel out or slide out on us, but I like the term squirrel out. I guess the term stuck in my head because if you catch my short over on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, we caught a squirrel, didn't mean to, just heard some bird-like noises from the chimney. And of course the trap at the bottom was closed. But when I opened that trap and pulled out some sticks that had fallen to the bottom of the chimney, because we've got vines going all the way up the top of the chimney, pulled out some sticks, unscrewed some stuff, pulled out more sticks, and all of a sudden some red object flew at my face, missed my face by an inch or two, and then I'm like, what the heck is that? It turns out there was a squirrel running around the living room. The dogs helped box it in and keep it in the living room, thank goodness. It didn't go running through the house. So, oh, we got hit. That chowder pouch, stop, man. Not cool. Not cool at all. So chowder pouch, probably accidental. Looks like his internet connection is not going well, but chowder pouch, you destroyed us going through that turn twice. But thankfully, not too much harm, not too much foul. You didn't spin us around and take us completely off track. And now we get to be behind our good buddy and friend and team manager, the one, the only Super Doofus, also known as King Super Doofus, or as I like to call him, Tom. With Tom's Ferrari there, our good buddy. Remember, when you race, a lot is, can't take anything personally. A lot of what happens is accidental. Some of it is deliberate. That's just how life goes. You can't waste all your time worrying and figuring out how you're a victim. That'd be living the Freudian life, as I like to call it. It seemed like a lot of his psychology came down to figure out how your parents messed you up and what you can blame them for. His answer would be, I guess, everything. And it's very victim focused. It's all about what type of victim are you? That's a whole lot of wasted energy. Your past is behind you. And mentally, neuroscience will teach that you can actually rewrite your past. Your brain can remember the past differently and does so to protect itself. Ooh, finally getting through there quickly. That feels good. All right, so if you can turn in too much towards the apex and too easily, it means you're not going fast enough. That's how we want to go through that section every time. Nice. Once you get to the little apex, basically the middle of the apex, or if you got apex markers on. Once you get to the middle of the apex, you can get back on throttle. Oh, we're gonna have Remy right behind us, our main challenger. I believe in the end I ended up beating him through mostly luck, because he is a better driver than I am. So he finished the 2025 championship with a bronze, and I finished with the silver. And here we are racing at it again. Just this league has become a lot more competitive. People are taking it very seriously and practicing up to 3 hours before races. And I don't think Remy's putting that time in either. So as they say, practice makes perfect, and we're not putting in the practice to become near perfect. But it is great whether you're racing for first in life or working to not be last. You can still have a lot of fun with the people around you. Competitive racing here. Don't want to let go of the throttle completely through those sections. Get to be at quarter or half throttle, depending on your skill level, to maintain or slightly increase speed if you slow down too much. Woo! So I'm the car behind, so I'm responsible. Remy might not be in your typical line, but I'm still responsible for not hitting him. So I had to brake more than I'd like to. So that's what you got to do to have proper race etiquette. Remember, racing is a gentleman's sport. And it's about improving your skills and winning through clean driving, not just pushing to pass on every turn. Hey, we got, what was that? Was that DK Nielsen coming in? Say hi to us again, DK Nielsen. My attention was off the bottom left of the screen as I was going through that very, very nicely curved section of turns. Late braking, so I'll follow these brake lines, these tire tracks here on the track. Always important to be in the right gear. Yes, some people will fix all that by just driving automatic, but I like manual because we can use engine compression, transmission and engine compression to help us slow down some of our last minute amateur braking. All right, JCCR Chimp running 152.6. Congratulations on that fantastic time. Ooh, starting to nail that last turn. Very, very tricky section of, compared to any turns on any track, I find that last section to be in, it can make a top 10 list. It's a tricky section. Coast, drop it to fourth, give it some gas, turn in while not on gas and get back onto the throttle. Here we go. I think this will be our fastest lap yet. Oh, by far our fastest lap. Let's come in a good 1.5 seconds, at least 1 second faster. Now huge tip for this track. Find somebody, and thinking of Fred Durst's song, I think. But yeah, get in the mosh pit with somebody. Or no, that's Kid Rock. Yeah, get in the mosh pit, get in on a straightaway and streamline behind someone. Take in their exhaust fumes, let them brake win for you. Smells smelly, but it's actually great for your track times. As they say in F1, taking some of that dirty air and let them brake air for you. Ooh, did not go quickly through that last section. That'll throw us off by maybe a quarter to a half second. But here we go. Come on, let's drop it into a low 156. Ooh, no, 157.5, still way off. 5 seconds slower than the Chimp. Chimp, you are too fast, my friend. Congratulations, extremely impressive lap. All right, so amateur rookie racer here, trying to break down the tips and tricks of the pros, but making them manageable, turning them into oh, the mediums are fine. It's my driving there. Too early on the throttle and you just speed up into the wall. So that's just practice, I'd say right there. I don't have anything that I can really say. If you have a good tip of where you can get back on the throttle, drop it in the comments section. I've just had to muscle memory that one. All right, so we got some people like R. Curry coming off the softs. We started out on the mediums in case there'd be pushing, which there was. And of course, with our tires squealing from getting pushed around in that one turn, we got hit twice. The car was sliding all over the place. Well, we'll save our sauce for some last lap Wunder rounds. So we'll go in, what is this? We're coming in on the 9th. Tires, softs would be half cooked at this point. I don't want to run half cooked softs, so we'll run one last lap and then we're going to switch up the tires. see the pros there. The fastest drivers though did call pit. So I'd say I'm probably getting it wrong here. Pit should have probably been called for me on the 8th. I just don't want to have a last lap where I struggle. I want to end the race on a positive note. See if I can hold Sir Ceric off, who's also a good quick driver. See if I can hold him off. Trail braking here, very important. You brake as you move into the tunnel, and that's why we're at 0. When we get the softs, we'll go to +1, despite being this contrary to the advice given out by ChatGPT and Gemini. So full throttle there would have sent us to the wall. We needed that quarter or half throttle. I couldn't watch where my throttle bar was at, but you can hopefully see it from the live. And hopefully you can hear me decently, as we're not on our regular, normally we've got the headset, the earphones in, and the little mouthpiece is our microphone. So hopefully you can still hear me now that the controller is up on the box and not that far away from my face. Here we go, this is gonna be our pit lap. Smooth laps as we go from the complete outside to the apex, trying to do that lap after lap. And we made it in without crossing any dirty white lines that have penalized us. 3 seconds mandatories. Let's move to the softs and fuel. I'm gonna take a sip of fuel. I don't feel like running out here, running the risk of running out. It says I've got enough, but we've seen people get fooled out by that before. All right, get the live down here. Put it in the shoe, I guess. Oh, let's go, let's go. Trying to find the button to get out of the pits. I just want to be at half fuel. Actually just wanted a sip of fuel. I wanted about 1 second's worth of fuel. All right, next straight, we'll change. If you've got a steering wheel where you can set up your brake balance, that is top notch. We don't have that steering wheel yet. The steering wheel looked good, and I was hoping the little dial on it would be able to regulate my little screen at the bottom and be able to switch between, you know, fuel to air ratios, brake balance. So doing some off the artificial intelligence, the AI advice, going to our selected, experimented brake balance here. Yeah, great trail braking now. These will make for faster laps. We've got, what, a 1:57 to beat for our personal time. Only things when we're under turning conditions, just got to make sure that the back end stays. Oh, of course, the back end's going to stay solid. Of course, we've tested this out. All right, we got a nice little race going up with Daniel, which is JCCR Devious, one of our racing teammates, racing against Chowder Pouch, one of the challengers. His internet, I think did he just hit on the straightaway? I don't know, maybe my vision's bad here, but I know we got some hits from him twice in the turns coming up, and that made us lose a few positions. So we're not gonna retaliate. You never know, often people, it's all accidental. I had a few debatable moments because I didn't check my radar going into turns. I think I was ahead. So I think the contacts that were made weren't my fault, but I could very well be wrong. So either way, I'm sorry that there was contact to those I had contact with. And this is right where we want to be, right behind a car. Get in the straightaway and love someone, meaning race with them. Maybe even give them a little shake and bake, a little nitrous push. Definitely not right before the turn though. Oof, having trouble racing with the lagging going on. We'll have to be patient, wait for the right time to pass, and just try to blow his doors off to not end up in an accident because we're trying to, incorrectly guessing where he's at. He's got this one, so I'll tuck in, I'll just be patient. Oh, he's a little too hard on the throttle. Lots of pressure when you got someone right behind you like that. So we didn't do, there's zero contact. And I find that's prime reason why I run my TCS traction control system on 2, just so that I can't get a little worked up knowing someone's right behind me and end up giving a little too much throttle and driving myself off track. When I go off track, it's generally, even though I'm an amateur rookie racer, when I go off track, it's generally because there was contact with another vehicle. And most of the time, it's not a contact I made, except sometimes if I'm in an apex, I slide out, and that's where you got to be careful not to steal the apex. That's when you go in hard on the apex, you take it last minute, even though you're behind the car, and then you go too quickly and slide into them. I've done that a few times, and I'm sorry when that happens. I don't think that's what happened here today, but if so, if I was too much in the moment, if so, then I am sorry. Thankfully, they're ahead of me just the same. Oh, Viper, great car. Great choice, Daniel. All right, so I'm the car behind. Even though I had speed there, and I had the right line, and I was in the right place at the right time, I can't just say, hey, you know what? You should be going faster and just drive into him, which will take him out. Gotta let go of the throttle and even brake if need be. And then be patient. Wait for the pass. We've got 5 laps anyways. Soon 4 laps. Oh, Gaming 21's now going to the pits, so we're gonna get up, move up 1 position. Oh, having a little trouble there. Some late braking as I guess I'm buckling underneath the pressure of trying to get past Devious, my JCCR racing teammate. I buckle under the pressure trying to pass him, push it a little too hard, and take a little grass. It takes about 25 seconds to get grass, gravel, and mud off the tires. So we should be good now. Oh, missed the apex by a full mile there. That is not what we want for racing. We want to actually get to these apexes, so that way when we've got that apex marker or the middle of the apex generally, we need to get back on throttle, start accelerating nice and early so we can end up at a much higher speed at the end of these straightaways. So Magnum PI shirt in homage of Tom Selleck. Almost feel like these, you can buy these at Costco. I almost feel like we should slap on name tags and JCCR Racing logos and make this the team race shirt. Have a kind of a Magnum PI or Team Vacation theme going on. Middle, right on the apex, start accelerating, and there we can see, just gotta follow the basics, and we'll get faster and faster on these lap times. Let go of the throttle so we can actually turn in. Oh, I think we've got something here. We're gonna have a pass at the end of the straightaway. We're in great position to streamline. Daniel is breaking wind for us. Oh, and I follow him into the wall. He outmaneuvered me. As in hockey, you'd say he deked me out, I guess. Oh, and I gave a little too much throttle. I'm getting eager here. Oh, we got it. We don't overbrake this section. And we overbraked it to avoid heavy contact with Dan. Oh, good racing, Devious. This is a great race with you. Here, I think we can just coast our way through. Oh, we needed just a little bit of braking. Whew. All right, this looks like it's going to be a battle to the bitter end. A good frenemy battle. And Daniel is definitely more friend than enemy. But for all intents and purposes, for the moment, for the time being, we'll say he's a frenemy. All right, being on partial throttle through there closes up the gap. We're getting awfully close now. Oh, I almost overbrake it there. And that's where you can see the rear end getting squirrely. That's because we're on +1. So as these tires wear, I should probably be moving back towards 0 for the brake balance. Let's see if I can just mentally adjust. I'm happy I kept the mediums on 1 extra lap. Now we've got 2 laps left, and the rear end is starting to get a little squirrely already. So let's see what we can produce here. Oh, that was nobody's fault. That was just competitive racing, and light contacts will happen. And that was a light contact that took me off the track. So we're gonna drop, instead of getting up 1 position into 9th, we're gonna get passed by Chowda, who's now gonna be a good 10 seconds ahead of us. Watch once that counter starts slowing down the distance. Oh, that was a 15-second delay for us. Now we've got Gaming 21 behind us, not that far, so we're gonna have to race our hearts out. I think I can handle the squirreliness. Let's keep it at +1, see what we can produce. We did run a 154.4, so you guys can all see that my practice lap, when I was saying I was running a 154, I wasn't just making up numbers for what happens off camera to try to give myself, do they call it credit or clout? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. Wasn't just throwing out numbers there, and I think a 154 is a good amateur time, a very good amateur time. I think above, and we're maybe into the medium pros, come and watch at 12 o'clock. Check out Super Doofus's channel from noon to 1. He'll be running the pro race. Love the 911. Can't wait to get mine out. It just needs those 996 generation Porsche 911s. Really, their only fault is that they're pretty quiet. They're very quiet under 5,000 RPM. So it's a luxurious sports car, you could say, a very classy sports car. It's not trying to scream. It doesn't scream for attention the way Lamborghinis and Ferraris do. It's a very classy sports car. Maybe a little too much class for me. I think that's fair. As you can see, I'm wearing a Bass Pro Shops hat. So maybe believable when I say it's a bit too much class for me. Can we hold off Gaming 21 behind us? Let's keep watching to find out. Oh, I'm just disappointed. I had the pass in, going in with Daniel on that straightaway. I had the pass, but I lost it. I caught a little grass, a little contact, and that was the end of it for me. Yeah, Chimp taking the win. I'm not surprised. It looked like he was able to pick up a 152 lap time more than once. Here we go as we wrap it up. Gaming 21 is making ground on us. Got to make sure one wrong move here and he'll have the win on us. Oh yeah, he went through that last section very quickly, picking up, okay, in the end, not a half second. In the end, we're equally, still same distance. Woo! Thank you, Dano, the Texas Ranger himself. Make sure to catch his race at noon because he is a pro racer. He's going to be taking on other pro racers. Dano, how is the sound? I've got the controller here is running the sound for me off the vertical live. You can probably see the box I'm doing a little free publicity for, and it is absolutely free because you can't get sponsored by a wheel that's no longer made, but I really like this race. Yeah, Gaming 21, you did almost have me. That was very close. Maybe you needed 1 or 2 more laps to get that win on me. That went pretty good. Loved the race, 100%. A little disappointed. I was really hoping to beat Chowda Pouch out because I think it was Chowda Pouch in one of the tunnel turns that hit me twice and made me lose 2-3 positions. And then I had to work all the way back up. Ended up passing him, but then I pushed too hard racing with Daniel. So Dan, great race. Had a fun chasing you down. Thought I had a few places where I could have passed but couldn't pass because you're just in the perfect blocking position. So I had to hit the brakes or let go of the accelerator. Otherwise, had you not been in that position, I would have driven right past you, but you did great defensive driving. So that's very, very cool. And in the end, I guess I got hungry. I saw there was a good speed difference going through turn 1 and 2 and thought I could blow by you. I mostly blew by you, but then I caught a little bit of grass and you're, in all intensive purposes, in the right place. I'm the one that blew past you, so my problem. And then you're just in the right place. So when I came back to get onto the track, you were there. And there's nothing that could be done. We got a very light contact, but at the house high speeds, it was enough to throw me off. So very fun, exciting race. Blessed to have you all along for the race. So let's see what's going on here in the vertical live. Oddly, in the vertical live, I can't write anything, so I'm not sure what is up with that. But great race. I hope you're all able to hear me. So let me know. Good luck to all the pro racers. So when we've got the controller here, a little test for other nights. Dano, can you hear me? How's the sound? Please type it in. Let me know. Good luck to all the pro racers. That was a great race. I just want to say thanks for the race. Of course, let's play again sometimes. It's the 2026 Championship Series races. I'll see you all again. Whew. That was awesome. Now, that was Trial Mountain Circuit. I want to let you all know when we come back on Monday night at 9 p.m. on a regular time what the pro time here is. I'm very curious to see how close Chimp is to that pro time. Well done, mate. Really well done. Let's review this again. First place, the gold going to JCCR Chimp in the GR Supra Racing Concept. Fantastic work, mate. Followed by RSR Neighbor 050 Wow, Chimp ran his fastest lap was a 151.9, and Forza Canada running a 151.6. Incredible bronze finish. R. Curie running a 152.8. Sir Badger running a 153.5. Sir Sarik running a 153.6. Remy running a 153.9. Wow. Wow, I'd say that is a very fast amateur time. I'd say my top lap being a 154.5, I believe. I'd say that is a very good amateur time. And I'd say, 156, 157, those are just decent amateur times. So amateur league is turning more into, I'd call it more semi-pro. I'd say we've got now semi-pro and pro, but we'll find out here. Let's see if we can spectate anyone. I'd love to get some of their times coming in. Can we get their times? I'd love to follow, either Ronan or DK Nielsen is so fast. Yeah, Seb Cockrow saying subscribe to Philness_GT. Absolutely. Philness and I are in a friendly competition to see who can get to 1,000 subscribers first. So if you can, give me a subscribe. Share the content with any GT7 racers, sim racers that you know. And if you've already subscribed, well, don't hit the button again. It'll unsubscribe. Hit that the thumbs up button. So I guess we're not going to get... I'm going to save the replay. Why not there? Yeah, Rowiki is absolutely a driver in the JCCR Pro team. Chowder Pouch saying time to go. Yeah, it's time for the non-pros to get out of here. Let's just see if I can see Thor racing here. That's Thor's livery. Let's check out the pro racers. I'm going to call us the semi-pros. And let's check out who's on the pro race team here. You've got Thor. We've got... Oh, Chowder Pouch is still in the pits. Jay Rizzio looking sharp, mate. There's our car up ahead right there. We've got JCCR Johnny right here with the new livery. We've got Super Doofus Tom, followed by Dano599, JCCR Ronan, DK Nielsen, Thor. So you know what? For those of you who want to, if there's space, I'm gonna, take myself out of the race here, obviously. Cancel entry. Because it's the Pro League, I don't have any business to be here, and we're running the semi-pro. But we can maybe spectate and keep this running. I've got to go take a pit stop of my very own. Let's see if any of our close friends here, any of our brothers are on the race. Yeah, Jay Rizzio, the Knight Rider. So that's one of my race brothers. Let's put him on the screen, follow him up. Let us give a little idea, rundown of how this track goes. And I will be running it upstairs. Now let's cut the sound to the main live, the other live, the vertical edition.